What the? Oh, it's mine. I was making sure.
I recognize it because it has like a piece more black on this side and that side.
She's not polite, but we here.
Hey,
What we're talking about.
all right.
Yo, shalom, shalom. I'm watching you up in YAHAWAH, face the east. Alright.
YAHAWAH, BAHASHAM, Yoshab, Shakadash.
Shalom, shalom. And once again, I want to get double honor spots to Elders of Great Millstone. And shalom, shalom to all you brothers out there teaching truth and sincerity. Alright, with the Hebrew Israelites back here once again, the prophesied the downfall of Esau's kingdom, and to bring remembrance unto the children of Israel, which consists of so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, to bring us back to our God, which is Yahawah, to our Lord Yahawashi, so it's Yahawah, BAHASHAM, Yahawashi. Yahawah is who this word ignorant to cause God. Yah means see, how it means to exist, to be. Alright, BAHASHAM is in the name. Yahawashi is who this word ignorant to cause Jesus. Yah means he, Yahawashi means saves and delivers. All of this is in the Paleo-Hebrew tongue, which is the ancient Hebrew tongue spoken by the ancient Israelites, which are our ancestors. We must return unto that language to call upon the Heavenly Father and the Son in the correct tongue. You don't need to know the entirety of the Bible in the Hebrew tongue, but you must know the name of the Heavenly Father and the Son in these common times. All right, if you want to be delivered, you gotta rule your lifestyle now in the law, statutes, and commandments of the Most High to the best of your ability. All right. So, long one that this can't is edifying you brothers and you feel brothers and sisters. You know, I'm not sure if any of you brothers know, but I posted it. I posted the thing. There's a hearing with the Congress or the Senate. It was Congress.
It might be Congress or Senate.
Hey, I forgot. Let me see. I think it was Congress.
House of hearing. House of hearing.
Congress. So there's a hearing going on with the Congress about the chariots. All right, but you're not gonna find the truth in these dudes. You know, basically what's going on is that there's congressmen asking questions to governmental witnesses that have seen things. They don't know what it is, but because the government hasn't revealed it to them, but they know certain information in which the Congress is asking them to see if they can get the information out of them. You know, but they still don't know. The hearing is supposed to know what those quote UAPs are. All right, the hearing is supposed to know what it's supposed to show what they are, but they don't even know it themselves. All right, so basically they're trying to find solutions for the government to actually release that data. The thing is, all those witnesses keep saying that they can handle the truth. You know, where the truth resides within the Bible, man. You know. The UAPs, or it stands for unidentified aerial phenomenon, or AKA formerly known as unidentified flying objects, UFO.
Sometimes they dub it as transmedium objects. You know.
I don't really use that commonly, but
just in case they get fancy, you know.
Yeah, when they get fancy, yeah.
Transmedium object means it's an object that no matter what, it can go through either air, land, or water, or through objects in itself, like a spirit.
It can drive or go through any domain.
Any domain, no matter
any
what.
Domain,
no
whether it's space, in the air, underwater, or on land. It doesn't matter what. That's a transmedium object. So basically, these dudes are talking about it. There's a few testimonies that they spoke about that was interesting. I was really interested. If Baba Kushak, can somebody get that thing in, I think it was Zechariah, the 5th chapter? What's happening? Zechariah, the 5th chapter? You know. Let me see if I can get
objects out in the movie.
Zechariah.
Yeah, I got it.
Can you get that scripture?
You'll get what?
I already got it. Wait.
Damn it.
No. I'm looking. Yeah, I'm looking for Zechariah. Here though. Yeah. That was Zephaniah. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to get to. These pages are so thin, I'm losing myself in it.
Zechariah's after Haggai. It's right before Malachi, the last one.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to get to. Because I know it's either after or before Zephaniah.
Because that's Habakkuk after Haggai. Has nothing.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
After that, it's Haggai.
Alright. Who got Zechariah 5? Alright, read it. Actually, can you get it's in the New Testament. It says, why you standing gazing, was it? I think it says, why you men from Galilee standing gazing. Remember when they saw YAHAWASHI taken up?
Ah, okay.
Yeah, let's get that. You read that? You want him to read that first, right? No, you read it. Alright, this is Zechariah chapter 5. Read along. This is Zechariah. I'm gonna read along with you. Alright, read Zechariah chapter 5, verse 1. It says, then I turned and lifted up my eyes and looked, and behold, a flying roll. And it's funny is that one of the dudes in there was talking about that these UAPs come in different shapes. And they said certain ones in there Yeah, right?
Yo, when we were walking down here, we haven't seen one.
Yeah.
And now when we set up camp, now we're seeing like so many of them.
You can smell smoke.
We'll wait for the next one to come back.
You can smell smoke.
Here
comes another one.
one of the guys, you know, mentioned that the quote UAPs come in different shapes, and one of them I never heard before was an arrow shape, but the one that you got it, okay.
What fire trucks do they need? You can see the smoke in the sky.
But one of them was an arrowhead, triangle. They say tic tac. What?
Another one.
they say tic tac and all sorts of things, you know. But the one that Zechariah saw, all right, was he called it a flying roll, all right. And then I remember in the book of Exodus, there was that chariot that was a pillar of smoke by day, a pillar of fire by night. I guess it was shaped like a pillar.
This one's coming all the way from 86. All right, where you go?
It's the book. It's between Old Testament and New Testament. Right before Malachi. Yeah, you going too far. Yeah, you don't start at the end, dude.
That's okay.
Alright, I'm gonna start off one again. This is Zechariah chapter 5, verse 1. It says, I turned and lifted up my eyes, and looked, and behold, a flying roll. And he said unto me, What seest thou? And I answered, I see a flying roll. The length thereof is 20 cubits, and the breadth thereof 10 cubits.
Yeah, so he saw it high up, very high up. Continue.
And it says, then he said unto me, This is the curse that goeth forth over the face of the whole earth.
That's that curse, because over the span of, I say 1945, 1940s to be exact, maybe late 1940s. You know, I say around 1960s maybe.
You're talking about the study of
That they started that the
the thing about it is that Esau pretty much been putting it off. Like,
oh yeah,
it's just
yeah.
becoming more apparent during the 20th century, and then the most apparent started around late 1940s or whatever. Jesus started coming out with they said there was another crash in the 1800s, but that was it's a blurry document that got scrapped away.
Crash.
Yeah, supposed crash. It's so bullshit from Esau. But it became more apparent like in the late 1940s and all that, because now these chariots started to show up even more and more. You know, and in the 1940s there was also what they call Battle for Los Angeles, which there's also a movie by the same title. You know.
Oh yeah, yeah.
There was some chariots.
Speaking of mainly the sightings, like you started, the chariots are becoming more apparent, becoming more as a common sight. You know what I mean?
And they're becoming more afraid. They want more information now, but you know they want to know more about it. It's like Esau wants to study the enemy. They won't be able to study it. They won't be able to decipher these chariots. You know. And these chariots are they are going to be a curse to this.
It's both the remembrance, like a memorial for the enemy to see it. It's either destruction is at hand, and they're being watched because the angels serve as the eyes of the Most High. You know, though the Most High is omnipotent and omniscient in himself, you know. The angels serve as reporters, so the angels will report from anything and everything, whether it be of Esau's weaponry, or whatever. Everything's reported to the Most High. You know, Most High gives the angels orders. So when you hear about testimonies about these chariots getting close up to military personnel, whether it be of aerial or ground or sea, you know, it's because the Most High is having them surveillance them. It doesn't matter how close they are either, because no matter how Esau tries to do it, he can never down any of the chariots. Neither can he keep up with them. You know. One of the testimonies from it was a commander. I think it was a commander. He was a naval commander but he was of a certain branch, so he didn't have he still had a superior. Basically, he was speaking about how there were military jet pilots doing training, doing exercises, and there was reports of objects near missing them. You know, they are near missing their crafts. You see, these chariots can go to and fro and stop instantaneously, and propel themselves instantaneously. See, Esau can never replicate that. He talks about reverse engineering and such. Esau can't reverse engineer something that is spiritual, because Esau's a carnal man, and just as the scriptures talk about, that a carnal mind is enmity with the Heavenly Father, because it's outside the Heavenly Father. You know, carnal mind is simple, it's weak, it's very weak-minded, very two-dimensional. All right. You can continue with them.
It says, and he said unto me, this is the curse that goeth forth over the face of the whole earth. For everyone that stealeth shall be cut off, as decided according to it.
Yeah, because these angels, they set marks. You know, according to how the Most High wants it. They set marks. Continue.
It says, and I will bring it forth, saith the Lord of hosts. It shall enter into the house of the thief.
Wait, did you finish that last verse?
According to it, yeah. This is verse 4. It says, and I will, you want me to read it again just to make sure?
I got some.
No, you didn't finish it.
But he jumped.
Yeah, you could have jumped it.
There.
On verse 3. You can read verse 3 again.
It says, and then he said unto me, the curse that, it says, this is the curse that goeth forth over the face of the whole earth. For everyone that stealeth shall be cut off, as on this side according to it. Oh yeah, this could block it. It says, and everyone that sweareth shall be cut off, as on the side, as on that side according to it.
Yep. And Esau, which is a so-called white man, he steals and makes false promises, and makes not false promises, false agreements. What's the word? You say, you know how Esau does these treaty things, you know, like for example, making an agreement with the Gadites, for
Pretty
example.
much a false agreement.
Yeah.
It's pretty much the same, because they don't. How you say? They don't honor it.
Yeah.
They don't honor it. All they do is create a piece of paper. It looks convincing. This is a signature from him, and it's a signature from what's the other one? From the other faction or another nation. You know, they sign it. It looks legit. It got passed. Everybody clapped their hands. Okay, we had an agreement. And Esau just breaks it. And when somebody call him out, and he just denies it. He just said, "Oh, you the one who broke it."
Yeah,
you know,
when he did it.
Yeah.
And you know, on that hearing thing, that lady started off with, "Do you swear that you're going to tell the truth and nothing but the truth? God save you. God save you."
Oh, so help you guys.
So help you get, yeah, so help you guys. That's the swear right there. But you see, saying God that means nothing, but it shows that they're preparing themselves to lie. You know,
Exactly. Where they put their hand. What is it? They put the left hand on the Bible. Is that what that is?
they put the left hand on the Bible and raise their right hand.
And raise their right hand. You know, which that's you're not supposed to swear at all. But anyway, these wicked. They're upset anyway. You know?
Yeah, it's dishonorable. The word dishonor means without equal, you know, or without respect or reverence, you know. But mainly it's just without respect or without equal. What?
Locked her up.
Which oh yeah,
I think there's an ATM in the CVS or something. I think it's a Citibank.
I'm just signing into it.
I got a piece about from Jacob's ladder. You know, I'm just gonna put it out there. This is Genesis chapter 28, verse 10. And Jacob went out from Beersheba and went toward Haran, and he lighted up a certain place and tarried there all night. He didn't stay there, you know, because the sun was set. He took up the stones of that place and put them for his pillows. Some freaking stones, man. You know?
yeah, you're gonna elevate your neck. You're gonna lay on the ground like.
And lay down in the place to sleep. And he dreamed, and behold, a ladder set up on the earth, and the top of it reached to heaven. And behold, angels of YAHAWAH ascending and descending on it. You know, in other words, you know, that's because
You made me remember something.
oh, okay. The angels, they had to keep reporting. They report. Yeah, even though they're up there, they sometimes you see the chariots like going like this, and sometimes they fade up into the darkness of space. And they come back again. They keep reporting all the time.
There was a thing on the news with them showing it on the. I don't even know if they're supposed to even do that, but they can't take it down now because it's too mainstream. With a chariot over Israel. This was a while ago. This was long ago. I think it was 2011. It was going across Israel. It was going across the land, right? And people would take a video. There's different perspectives of it too. That's how you know they can't take it down because there's too many, and too many witnesses. And it was going across the city, and then it stopped. And then it flashed once and zipped up into the sky, like it just all you could see is on the camera was just a remaining of a dot, and then it just disappears because it was so fast. And the news anchor afterwards was the lady was like, I don't know what that was. And then the guy said, what about that account in the Bible, Jacob's ladder? And then the lady was freaking out because she thought it was a horror movie, Jacob's Ladder.
Oh, okay, I remember that.
The guy was talking about, no, the account in the Bible with Jacob having a dream about Jacob's Ladder. And I'm like, yo, that's the spirit that guy even mentioned that. Because those are angels. Oh, I think he said it. He said, what if those are angels? And they are angels. It's as simple as that. And that's basically those dudes at the hearing kept saying about they want to know the truth because the witnesses, they don't even know it. But they want the government to reveal it. They're like, we can take it. We can take the truth. You can't take the truth. And they can't just blatantly reveal it. There's a reason why they can't reveal it.
There's more to it than
it's because
the eye.
The Bible speaks about it, and if they reveal it, it also releases the people who they've been trying to suppress and keep out of the eyes of the rest of the nations, man. And even the people itself, the Israelites, man. The true biblical Israelites will be revealed if they reveal what the so-called UFOs or UAPs are. That's why.
This kingdom will fall apart if Esau does that.
And Amalek
It will
is
crumble.
gonna look stupid.
Amalek is gonna look stupid.
They're gonna be hated. They're gonna be really hated.
Who knows? Who knows if that comes across and they
They're
actually
already
reveal
hated
it,
now.
and the whole earth is gonna see. It's gonna see America as a big fat fucking liar. Not just America, but all these other nations doing cahoots with each other.
But that's why Esau is coming up with that Project Bluebeam to make that filler, you know.
I want you to get. I want you to get Actually, I might get it because it's in the book of Psalms real quick. You know, just to read that before we continue. I'm gonna get it on my phone. Alright, this is Psalms chapter 83, verse 1. It says, Keep not thou silence, O Yahweh. Hold not thy peace, and be not still, O Yahweh. For lo, thine enemies make a tumult. They that hate thee have lifted up the head. Let me read it in NLT. It says, O Yahweh, do not be silent. Do not be deaf. Do not be quiet, O Yahweh. Don't you hear the uproar of your enemies? Don't you see that that your arrogant enemies are rising up? They are arrogant. They are very, very, very arrogant. You know, Esau, Edom, which is a so-called white man, and the rest of these damn nations, man. You know, that are outside the so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. That's what makes up the heathens. All right? They are all enemies of the Most High, and they're rising up against him, man. Being arrogant, they think that they can take on the Most High.
It's the same scenario that happened in Tower of Babel. The same scenario.
Yeah.
They're trying to do that unity and see if they can thwart or upset prophecy. It's not going to happen.
Yo, just because Esau thinks he has new toys, he thinks he can take on the Most High.
Yeah. New toys that the Most High gave him.
Yep.
You know, he crafted things from sticks and stones. The very same thing that Heavenly Father created. And he thinks that those very same weapons are going to... Man, the Most High gave him that blessing that he got. He can take it away. Look at it. You see the women nowadays, I brought you into this world. I can take you out. Well, the Most High did that.
It's so foolish. It's like one of those movies in Hollywood, like the killer just he has a gun and he gives it to the enemy, like, here you go. And then the enemy's like, and the enemy turns around and just points it at him like, I got you. You know?
I got you now.
I got you now.
It says, they devise crafty schemes against your people. They conspire against your precious ones. And I like how it says in KJV. They taking crafty counsel against thy people, and consulted against thy hidden ones. And that the hidden ones are the Israelites, man, because they is it here? Oh, the scriptures talk about that Esau saying, race it even to the foundation thereof. Which the word race means erase. Alright? You go to the word race, it's literally erase or wipe away.
It's like erase, like it's like Esau racism.
Yeah.
You know?
And the chosen of the Most High are hidden among men. You know, just like what it says in the Apocrypha. It says in the KJV, it says, they have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more remembrance. And that's what they did, man. You know, that's what they did. They wanted to remove our history. It says they oppress a man, even his heritage.
That's why this devil, he broke our spirit when we were in chains.
That's right.
You know, because some of us already knew full blown who we were. You know, but this devil, he beat it out of us.
He gave us bywords, man. He gave us a byword to live by, calling ourselves Dominicans, calling ourselves blacks, you know, calling ourselves Jamaicans. These are bywords. This is not based off your forefathers and what your forefathers are named by. All right, our forefathers are Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. All right, our nation name is Israel. We got people in that land that don't even fit there, man. They're still making war in that land.
They don't fit at all.
You know, Esau Edom is a parasite, man. All right, the so-called white man, and the scriptures talk about that he's gonna take your place. At the last, remember my words and be pricked therewith. He's that bastard that dwelleth in Ashdod. All right, polluting our name.
And they claim to be the real McCoy. Where the hell's their beards? Where's their beards?
Yeah, they got beards, but they also got fucking telephone coils on their fucking head. Some of them got beards.
But as a whole, because they have a government, they have a controlling government in that land, and none of them got beards.
Oh yeah, like fucking Cow
You know?
Swab.
And some of them are wearing skirts.
That was
You know?
the thing, right? Cow Swab.
Oh, Klaus Schwab, he's from
WEF.
he's WEF.
Who's the stupid guy then? Netanyahu. Yeah,
Netanyahu. You know?
It's Netanyahu.
And he's supposed to be the leader over there, prime minister, but he got no beard. So yeah, they're the chosen people, but something's going on there.
It's the dumb.
You know, nothing chosen about.
I'ma read it
They're
in-
chosen to be wicked.
I'm gonna read it in the NLT in verse 4. It says, Come, they say, let us wipe out Israel as a nation. We will destroy the very memory of its existence. Damn, man. And they're doing that by what? They're not destroying the land itself. They're destroying the people. Because we are a people before it's a place. Alright, continues. It says, yes. On the NLT, it says, yes, this was their unanimous decision. They signed a treaty as allies against you. That's why they keep it quiet. These nations are in cahoots with each other. They see these so-called UAPs or UFOs. Those are the chariots of the Most High. And that's why they keep it quiet about it. Because the moment it is released, it's going to reveal who the chosen people of the Most High is. You know?
You know, you remind me of what you said when they said they signed a treaty against us. And there was a documented information about what they call it the Guatemalan Holocaust. But they even that is offended. Amalek especially gets offended. No, it's not a Holocaust. It cannot be compared to our Holocaust.
Yeah,
you know?
because I think
it's called genocide. You know. But anyway, what happened is during that Guatemalan Holocaust, you know, Esau on this region right here from Babylon and Amalek, they plotted against cleansing the indigenous of the land of Guatemala, which is the Zebulite. You know, and they were killing, they were wiping out, and they were targeting mostly children, and they were making toys with explosives in it. You know, which is messed up as hell. And guess what? Amalek's doing that right now in Lebanon. You know that? They're doing that shit right now. The same game. You know? That's why, even though I'm sure there's a lot of Jakes within Palestine and Lebanon, because Jake, Israel spread out throughout the four corners of the world. You know, if you're gonna have Israelites among the nations, you know. But Amalek, Esau in general, they played the same tactic of these nations. So we can identify whatever they're going through. We already went through.
Yo, it's amazing. It's amazing how they claim that they're the people of the Most High, yet they're doing all this wickedness that only Esau would do. You would never see Israel do that.
And they're kidnapping some children for whatever purpose they have in mind. And not too long ago, in Issachar, in Mexico, they arrested a lot of Amalekites there. You know, for how you say, human trafficking of children.
Oh,
in there.
did you hear that?
Fuck. That's probably why they're kidnapping children over there.
Mexico is deporting Americans
Yeah, I heard about that too.
because a lot of Americans are coming over. They're going over there because it's too expensive over here in the United States, so they're going to Mexico and using the U.S. dollar and pretty much inflating their pesos. I think it's called.
And there's something behind that also about the drugs down there. That according to Babylon, they say that there's a drug that's coming out from down there. It's called fentanyl, which is like very deadly, right?
Oh, yeah.
But to find out that a lot of these Edomites that are going to Mexico reside there, they come back with that. So it's not really coming from there. They bring it over here. So it's really Edom doing all that shit.
It's typical.
You know? All the strict of the book, man. Esau likes to play with us.
Now I'm gonna continue with this KJV. Oh, I'm gonna say it in NLT actually. It's easier to say here. It says yes, this was their unanimous decision. They signed a treaty as allies against you. Against who? The Most High. These Edomites, Ishmaelites, Moabites, Hagarites, Gibeonites, Gibeonites. I don't even know how to pronounce it. Gibeonites, Hagarites.
Hagarites will be pretty much Ishmael.
Yeah, it's probably another tribe of Ishmael. There's a lot of tribes in here too, because it has Amalekites too. He's speaking in general, and then he's also speaking in specifics too. You know, it says the Ammonites, the Amalekites, the people of Philistia, or the Philistines.
Which
It says entire, Tyre. It says Assyria has joined them too, and is allied with the descendants of Lot.
descendants of Lot will be Ammon and Moab.
That's right.
You know, they all had a hand on this. You know, they all had a hand, and it's like they took turns how they're gonna deal with us. You know, and during the course of every empire that we went through, we were always in captivity. You know.
The way it says it's something badass. It says, "Do to them as you did to the Midianites, as you did to Sisera and Jabin at the Kishon River." It says they were destroyed at Endor, and their decayed corpses fertilized the soil.
That's prophecy. That is prophecy, and that's nothing new. Like the history of you all heard of the famous Georgia peaches?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Georgia got the best peaches, but you know how those peaches become so good? That was made out of the flesh, out of the decaying flesh of Israelites.
Yeah, the mass
You know,
graves.
that supposedly got released, supposedly released from slavery. But what Esau did, Esau just ground them up like the hell and made it work with no rest whatsoever until if some of them fell sick and they still had to work until they died. Some of the I don't know, their fingers started rotting off. I guess so much work, you know. They were dying, so they were still forced to work over the bodies of their relatives and their own people until they finally died. So it became a mass grave.
Yo, Esau was a fucking
You know?
tyrant. He was a fucking tyrant.
He still is.
Yeah, he still is a tyrant.
He still is.
And a great example that he is still that person is Amalek.
fat
You see
noble.
Amalek.
He is that fat noble.
And then generally it's Edom.
Let's get you talking and say that he's fat.
I was telling.
You know, he's dainty.
He's the
The word dainty goes back to fat.
he's that most hated character in the movies and animes and things like that.
Fucking Joffrey.
He's
He's Joffrey and
He's
Ramsay.
Joffrey.
He's Joffrey, Ramsay, and Cersei all combined together.
He's still Antiochus.
Antiochus.
He's that fat noble from anime.
Oh yeah, you might as well get that. Antiochus. It was the Second Maccabees chapter 9, verse 1 through 18. Look at that. I remember it.
Wait, second Maccabees.
Second Maccabees,
Verse 9?
He said,
I mean, chapter 9?
chapter 9.
Well, I'm already on it, so surprisingly.
This is Psalms chapter 83, verse 11. It says, "Let their mighty nobles die as Oreb and Zeb." Or Zeb. I don't know. It says, let their mighty nobles die as Oreb and Zeb did. Let all their princes die like Zabah and Zalmunna. It says, for they said, let us seize for our own use these pastured lands of the Most High. Oh my power, scatter them like tumbleweed, like chaff before the wind, as fire burns a forest, and as a flame sets a mountain ablaze. Chase them with your fierce storm. Terrify them with your tempest. Utterly disgrace them until they submit to your name, O Yahawah. Let them be ashamed and terrified forever. Let them die in disgrace. Then they will learn that you alone are called Yahawah, that you alone are the Most High, supreme over all the earth. Damn, man. Damn, I like that. I like that, man.
It's man. You see how everything is falling in place.
Yeah.
You know?
You got a preset?
No, let him bring that out first. It's Antiochus.
And it was Antiochus.
Some brothers pronounce Antiochus. Some
I gotta look it up now.
The elder brothers, you know,
Because it was mispronounced by most of us.
It's Antiochus.
How do you spell his name? CH.
It's right there on the first verse. Verse Maccabees.
No, I was right.
Yeah, some brother pronounced Antiochus. I'm used to Antiochus because I heard.
Yeah, I was like that at first until I heard about the proper pronunciation. Then I can't go back on. It's Antiochus.
The original
Antiochus. It was just translated. I guess that's transliteration right there. You're calling him Antiochus.
That's the start of transliteration.
Gets the CH. Remember, it makes the sound. So it's probably Antiochus. But who knows? He's Antiochus. Alright, wait, you gonna read Antiochus?
No, he was going.
Yeah, I got two. I haven't
The
finished
one that.
I haven't finished.
Alright. You can finish that over. You can finish that over.
Alright, this is Zechariah chapter 5, verse 4. This is, I will bring it forth, saith the Lord of hosts, and it shall enter the house of the thief. This is into the house of him that sweareth falsely by my name. And it shall remain in the midst of his house.
Now remember, real quick, that house is talking about the land pretty much that he inhabits. You know, it doesn't have to be specifically just America, but America's the main. It's the main place. It's a main house.
But it's the one
But
that-
it's scattered.
He swear falsely here. Yeah, the court system has a lot of falsehood.
Yeah. It's not just Esau who the Most High is watching, who he got his eyes on. You know, but it's also the 2/3 of the nation of Israel and the rest of these heathens, especially these dumbasses who think that who think they got the truth. You know, these false doctrines, right? And they, there's a lot actually. There's men who swear upon the Most High's name and don't fulfill their oath. Well, but Esau's name, he's known for swearing upon God. He knows who he's referring to, but he's doing the complete opposite of what his oath was.
Yeah, it says, it says, "And into the house of him that sweareth falsely by my name, and it shall remain in the midst of his house, and shall consume it with the timber thereof and the stones thereof."
That's right. And these chariots are a common sight over here in America, man.
I was about to say.
And it's gonna lead all the way to the end. These chariots are gonna become even more known, and they're gonna be a weapon of the Most High's indignation as well. You know, to burn and vaporize things down to its core.
You notice there's a lot more common sightings around here, right? The more sightings it is, the more they're trying to suppress it. You know, all the other nations, they have sightings of chariots too. You know, but they seem to be a little bit more open about it. You know, so it may seem like they're getting more chariots in here, but actually Babylon's getting more chariots. You notice that? All these other nations, they get chariots too around their areas, but they seem more open about it compared to here in Babylon. See what I mean? So it may seem like they have more chariots, but they don't. We're getting more chariots sighting here in Babylon, but they suppressing it more, so it don't seem like so common, you know. But it's becoming so apparent. This is why Esau is being forced to make meetings about it, because it's going to come a time that they won't be able to cover it up anymore. Everybody's going to see it. Everybody's going to see it, and they won't be able to deny it. You know? But that's why Esau's going to end up just missing his parents, man. You know? There's nothing you can do to stop this.
Right. Alright, you can read the story of Antiochus. Because
No, let me go here.
Oh, okay.
This right here. This is Psalms chapter 68, verse 17. The chariots of YAHAWAH are 20,000, even thousands of angels. The Lord is among them, as in Sinai, in the holy place. You know. So that's a lot of angels. You know. And just because you don't see it right now, doesn't mean they're not there. Because they have cloak and device more advanced than Esau. Esau got the trial run one. He's not gonna get any more than that.
I wouldn't
You know?
The thing is, I wouldn't even call it cloaking. They're literally just getting out of this dimension. They're just not being able. You just not able to see them. Oh, remember the account with Elisha?
Right.
Remember that? He says there are many more of us than there are of them. And he prayed for his servant to be able to see the chariots. You know? Because they were there, it's just that your eyes can't perceive them.
Just like in Jacob's letter, once again. He saw it through a dream. They're all around us. They all have a department that they have to run. You know? From our very own lives to the elements and everything. They're everywhere. Just because you can't see it doesn't mean they're not there. Now, when you see it, it's because they allow themselves to be seen by the Spirit of YAHAWASHI. That's how it is. So imagine it's like it's like one of the movies. Like everything is fine, and all of a sudden, they just start to manifest. And all of a sudden, you see a whole bunch of them in the sky. And you go, oh my gosh, where did they all come from? Oh, 1 minute they were not there, and all of a sudden they're right there. But it's like that.
That sounds like something good, Jerry.
It's like a portal open, like the battle of, with Thanos. And all these
my God.
all these portals started to open, and all of a sudden they started appearing.
I love
It's
how
gonna be more dramatic than that.
Yeah, I love how certain testimonies, shows or basically what they're talking about was basically them following a chariot, and the chariot just flies into their face and then zips off.
It throws them off. What is that?
Oh, one of the testimony was that it was a dude from a helicopter, military, filming recording a chariot that was coming from the water, coming from out of the water. It was coming out of the water, and he said it was about to interlink with another one that just came into the frame. It just, but it immediately just went right out of flame or whatever. Frame. I forgot what the one that happened in the water. I think that also flew away. He said it was like an 8-minute video.
There was a recent video. I don't think I've seen it yet, but they say it was a cube-shaped UFO. They call it. It's a chariot, pretty much. It's a cube-shaped.
Cherries come in different shapes and sizes.
Yeah. It's like you can have a flying a rectangle chariot. Doesn't matter.
I know, it just suits whatever the
Yeah, so
age taste is.
yo, it still reminds me of that blue chariot that we saw. The blue flaming chariot that flew
was
above
cool.
us.
It was like, I wouldn't even say it flaming. It was like plasma. That's how it looked like to me. But it was leaving behind like a flaming ember.
Yeah, it had like ember behind it. That was fucking cool. That was the most supernatural thing we've seen.
Bro, we were like, yo.
Like what the fuck? That was a very spiritual day. It was so spiritual.
Yeah, that hit. Well, it was way too memorable.
There was another video of the chariot. They don't know what it was. They just see like something blur, like flying, and they had to use military equipment like thermal. It's a special kind of thermal, and they spotted it, and it looks like a chariot, but the chariot looks like it had like different mechanical arms or something, and they said they can only see it through heat signatures, special heat signatures,
That's weird.
and they had to see it only through chromo, what do they call it? Monochrome heat signature. And they couldn't do anything. They trying to shoot it, and it was still going like nothing happens. Like nothing happens. And they trying to discern, is it coming from China? Is it our enemy? But it was behaving a certain way, like, and no matter what they do, it wasn't doing anything. YAHAWASHI got a lot of surprises for you devils, man. A lot of surprises. He got a special kind of torture for your ass.
Yo, the Lord's gonna make sure to crush Esau's pride. By the time Esau's kingdom goes down and in the end times, Esau's pride is gonna be shattered.
Hey, you notice?
He had none of it left.
You could tell that Esau's pride can be shattered for certain things. You see, Esau loves to explore dangerous places. And he think he can make it through those dangerous places, but the minute he finds out that he's getting trapped, his pride is not there no more. You know that those Edomites that got trapped in the cave and whatever. There was another story about these Edomites. They say they found this cave and they think it's there. They call it the cave of Gollum, like from the Lord of the Rings. They think at the other side they're gonna find a place. It's just like, those caves that has those look like rocks that looks like sharp bottom, whatever.
I think I know.
Places like where they got glowing mushrooms.
Shit, wait, how did I actually forget what that's called?
I forgot what they call it. But anyways, they went in there and they say they found this narrow hole, but it was like filled with water. But they had to take turns, and they had a rope. They noticed there's a rope there, so they went in there. And the other, it was like 4 of them. The other one followed the first one, then then the next one, and they had to hold their breath, but they made it to the other side. And if once they got out of the water, it was like a small room, but it was like a very confined space. And they were like, well, it's not as big as we thought, but like, we made it to the other side. Yeah, but then they noticed that the air was getting thin really quick.
Oh shit.
There wasn't enough air, so I was like, they were kind of getting dizzy. So the first one's like, you know what? I'm gonna go back to the water. So they went back to the water, and I guess because they stirred the dirt from the mud, the water, it was getting so murky. I guess he lost the rope, so now he was like, he had his head on the stone, and he became unconscious. And the other ones, like,
only eat them.
they thought that he made it to the other side, so the second one went down there. And by the time he reached, he noticed the leg of the first one, and he couldn't get it to move. So, and his mind went blurry, went unconscious too. And then the other one's like, maybe he made it. So he went down there. He noticed that the leg from the second one, and he panicked, and he went unconscious.
Oh, what the hell?
So they all died in there. They all died.
What the fuck?
Same thing. So they had to seal that hole. So nobody's allowed to stupid.
Yeah, that is stupid.
Watery grave.
Eating my most that thrill, dude.
They get it.
Yeah, they got that.
They got it to the very last breath. When people say they died doing what they love, yeah, they died stupid.
That's what they do. They do stupid shit, and they will get remembered. You know, he used to be swimming with sharks. He get a leg bitten off or an arm bitten off, and then he's at the hospital. He said, "What you gonna do now that you had your arms bitten off or whatever?" He said, "I really love what I'm doing. I'm gonna do it again." And they don't learn from it. They go right back to it.
What the hell?
Next thing you know, the dudes broke their arms and broke their legs. What are you gonna do now? I'm gonna die to do it.
That's why YAHAWASHI is going to put that spirit of Esau for what he actually is. You know, he's going to be scared, but he's going to dare to fight YAHAWASHI regardless. You know, even though he's scared. Did you notice there are war movies about Esau? He's scared, like scared. Right, here goes nothing. And they go to their death. You know, or they have to do this pep talk. So they can get all like more encouraged, like, yeah, let's do it, and we're not gonna go into the night. We'll war prevail, you know, like, yeah.
Oh, God.
And there's always someone in the back like, we're gonna die.
Do you know the best example? It's Jackass.
Oh, Jackass. That's Esau right there. Esau, what's the word? Esau 101. What he really is. You know.
What?
No.
What?
Jackass.
Still holding hands.
So that's fuel in it, or is that gas? That's it.
Can you see the comments?
damn, it's been because I was gonna get Ezekiel 1. It's been a long ass time since I broke this down.
Nope.
I'm trying to remember this breakdown here on this verse.
You know that one Amalek, whatever the hell, Professor is. They're trying to make it seem like we under some kind of delusion. What's the word delusion? What's the word? Identity crisis.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's stupid, but he's trying to find comfort. That's what it sounded like to me. The dude's trying to find comfort, and he's trying to find a loophole.
You can tell by his face, he's like he's worried. Man.
Because no matter how much this dude's theory is, historical proof is that what we're saying is true. That's why most scholars are afraid. Because historical proof proves it.
They say when the scholars they try to explain it, they're finding difficulty. They're finding difficulty on how to explain about us saying that we're Israelites, which we are, literally. So these scholars trying to explain it, but they're having a lot of difficulty. You know why they're having a lot of difficulty? Because their asses are getting cut. They're getting cut from left and right. No matter what they say, they can't beat this word. Because these scholars, think about it. Let's put Amalek in this mix and Esau all in this. They claim to be the real people. Where the hell are their prophets? Where are the prophets in their streets? They don't fit at all. They don't fit prophecy at all. You know? And besides, a lot of them waiting for a Messiah, right? They're waiting for a Messiah while they're already in their land. Tell me, how you make it make sense? They claim to be Israel, but they're waiting for a Messiah to deliver them to the land of Israel, but they're already occupying Israel. Tell me, make that make sense? Because the Messiah, the Savior, supposed to come and save his people and put it back in their land. What the hell are they doing in that land if they claim to say they are? You know, and they're waiting for a Messiah. It's like, let's say they had a Messiah, right? The Messiah came to deliver them. That Messiah is gonna go like, wait a minute, what the hell am I here for? I'm supposed to save you and put you in your land.
It's in the backpack.
But you're already here, so I guess you don't need me. Let me go back. You see what I'm trying to say? Those are just opposers. That's all they are.
I'm trying to remember.
Tiene que decirle a esto. A ver, yo voy ahora.
You know, that hearing should be over by now. I wonder what's the result, unless it drags on.
That was live?
No, it was live. It was like on different media channels now. It was Hindustan Times, NBC, CBS, Fox. You know, Everybody.
Skipping fucking seconds.
I'll wait for the result because it's dragging. And those people that are talking on that hearing, they're the one who push about we need to bring out the truth. But when they got put in the spotlight, they couldn't even say the whole everything. They couldn't even mention everything. Like what the hell? What the hell is this meeting there for? Let's see how it goes. And then when we go back on it, and this is not the first time there was a hearing.
I was gonna see you later. Yeah, I was gonna get the book of Ezekiel, break it down. You know, but there's some things I'm very rusty at, so I'm not gonna break it down until I do like a what's the word? What's the stupid word? Like to remember?
Rehearse.
Not rehearse. When you look back at it again, like
Research.
no,
Double check.
it's review. Right? It's just a review. Go back over it again. You know, because it's fresh stuff. Yo, you can get it. I guess.
Yeah, this is.
You see that?
Yeah, Esau's been. And it's been attempted
Takes
many
devil to know
times.
that.
Been attempted so many times.
Yeah, this is Second Maccabees chapter 9.
Instead of destroying it, though, he hides it.
Yeah.
Keeps it for
He
himself.
think he's slick. He destroys. When Jay complains about, I don't want these statues around here because the statues remind us of what they did to us, and then Esau said, okay, you know what? I'm gonna take away these statues that about those people that oppress you. He takes away those statues, but he also takes away the history that comes with it, and then he start teaching you history. You know, because lately in the school system they were trying to say that some of them they were trying to push about that we didn't came here in chains, we came here as immigrants. Like all of a sudden we were immigrants. None of us had chains.
We were immigrants against our will.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, okay.
You got that?
So what about the ones that were already here? Are you the immigrants?
You ever wonder about the ships? Where the hell are the ships?
They destroyed them.
They destroyed them, but it's supposed to be in the bottom of the ocean.
So I think there's one left.
Where is it?
This is Second Maccabees chapter 9,
They get burned up too. That's
verse 1. It says, Second Maccabees chapter 9, verse 1. It's like, it says, about that time came Antiochus with dishonor out of the country of Persia. And for he,
immediately with dishonor. Continue.
this is for he had entered the city called, his bad name, Persilis? Am I saying that right? Cut off. So that's Persepolis, and went about to rob the temple and hold the city, whereupon the multitude running put them to flight, and to it. Man, I'm butchering this. Lock it. Let me restart over. It's about the time came Antiochus with dishonor out of the country of Persia. It says, and he had entered the city called Persepolis.
Persepolis. It's like saying metropolis. Yes, Persepolis. Polis means city. That's what the word police means.
I am off the bat butchering this. Like it. This is, and went about to rob the temple and to hold the city, and whereupon the multitude running to put them to flight. And it so happened, the Antiochus being put to flight, of the inhabitants returned with shame. It says, it says, now when he came to, you know what, you read it, bro. I'm butchering this so bad. I'm just terrible on names.
What verse are you on?
I'm on verse 3, I think.
No, you gotta read it again.
I'm gonna start over at 9, okay? This is 2 Maccabees chapter 9, verse 1. It says, about that time came Antiochus with dishonor out of the country of Persia. For he had entered the city called Persepolis and went about to rob the temple and to hold the city. Whereupon the multitude running to defend themselves with their weapons put them to flight, which means it made them flee. It says, and so it happened that Antiochus, being put to flight, of the inhabitants returned with shame because he went back without eating. Right? It says now when he came to Bethany,
Take it back to me.
huh?
Take it back to me.
Bethany? Oh, okay. Oh, I go with that. It says, stupid freaking names. That's how I'm feeling him. It says, news was brought onto him what happened unto Nicanor and Timotheus. Then swelling with anger, he thought to avenge upon the Jews the disgrace done unto him by those that made him flee. Therefore commanded he his chariotmen to drive without ceasing and to dispatch the journey, the judgment of the Most High now following him. Right behind him. It's like that's a final destination shit right there. You know, and death is following after the person who escaped. Hey, he's hurt. Yep. Hey, he's hurt. That's it. Ooh, speaking of chariots. Now we're about to get into the arrogancy of Esau. It's Antiochus is an Edomite. Continuing, it says, the judgment of the Most High now following him, for he had spoken proudly in this sort, that he would come to Jerusalem and make it a common burying place of the Jews. Well, I say Judeans, because it's supposed to be Judeans here. It says, but the Lord Almighty, the God of Israel, smote him with an incurable and an invisible plague. For as soon as he had spoken these words, a pain of the bowels that was remediless came upon him.
Oh, look at this. Remediless, meaning there's no treatment for it.
There's no cure. There's no
cure. Nothing that can
there's
help.
no ease to the pain. A pain of the bowels that was remediless came upon him, and sore torments of the inner parts.
No,
make sure you guys are listening.
That stomach ache.
Yeah, right. When you gotta go to the bathroom, you know, when you gotta go to the bathroom kind of thing,
Like
it's
one of the movies.
that like gas is going through your intestines. It's just like
He probably jump in somewhere in the bush, take a deep dump.
I said, I know that pain so well, and it's not pleasant.
it's well, this pain probably far worse.
Far worse, though, but
Yeah.
one I
It
had.
says, and that the most just, for he had tormented other men's bowels with many and strange torments. Listen to that.
Wow, that keep right back at him.
That reminds me of Game of Thrones. Remember the dude who,
What goes around comes around. That's what's happening.
remember Daenerys Targaryen's brother. He really wanted that throne, and they gave him a crown, all right, and they poured it on his head. You know? Oh, what's another word? That actually basically did it to other people and for him to die in the same. Fucking Ramsay.
Ramsay.
Yeah.
Dogs.
Ramsay, man.
This Joffrey. Joffrey's another little asshole.
I see Ramsay because he ended up dying, being eaten by dogs. He had people being eaten by dogs.
Yeah, he did.
You know,
He did.
by a group of dogs, man. And he ended up dying in the same fashion. So, Antiochus He must have fucking tortured or poisoned people for fun, probably. Who knows? Continuing, it says.
Read that part again, man.
Let me start at 5 then. It says, but the Lord Almighty, the God of Israel, smote him with an incurable and invisible plague. For as soon as he had spoken these words, a pain of the bowels that was remediless came upon him, and sore torments of the inner parts. It says, and that most justly, for he had tormented other men's bowels with many and strange torments.
Check this out.
Yo, it says
And
many
that
strange.
most justly, that was the most just thing that Yahawah did to him. In other words, because he did all that, he got some back. He got the same treatment of him, but worse.
That's right.
Yo, it said with many and strange torments.
Continuing, it says, howbeit, he nothing at all ceased from his bragging, but still was filled with pride, breathing out fire in his rage against the Judeans, and commanding to haste the journey. But it came to pass that he fell down from his chariot, carried violently, so that he, having a sore fall, all the members of his body were much pained. So he fell violently. So you can imagine when someone falls off the horse to go, pah! You know? Somebody falls off the horses are very, very tall. Most men can't even like the body of the horses is more than head high. That's why most people gotta climb on top of the horse. Like, it's very difficult. Now imagine this is a chariot. A chariot is being carried by the horse, like being pulled by the horse. So you imagine, here's a good one. Imagine, because you know that his journey was going fast. So you know those horses were going fast. He was on that chariot. Now imagine him falling off a chariot. Imagine falling out of a moving vehicle. What happens to your body? You start rolling on the ground. Now he's already having strange torments in his bowels. So you can imagine, it's kind of like somebody hitting you in the gut when you gotta use the bathroom. Use it like that. And I'm gonna continue. It says, and thus he had a little aforethought he might command the waves of the sea. So proud was he beyond the condition of a man. It says, and weigh the high mountains in a balance. It says, was now cast on the ground and carried in horse litter, showing forth unto all the manifest power of the Most High, so that worms rose up out of the body of this wicked man, and whilst he lived in sorrow and pain, his flesh fell away, and the filthiness of his smell was noisome to all his army. And the man that thought a little afore he could reach the stars of heaven, no man could endure the carry of this intolerable stink. It says, here therefore, being plagued, he began to leave up his great pride, and to come to the knowledge of himself by the scourge of the Most High. And it's funny, it's because that's going to happen to a lot of people out here. Because they don't start thinking about the Most High until they start suffering pain. Alright? They start coming into knowledge of themselves. What does that mean? It means they start examining themselves. They start to look about themselves and why they deserve this.
And then, especially the ones that actually doing well in this kingdom, they're on that level. They're on that level that they think that I got everything, I'm good, and they look down on us like that. Like because we trying to make ends meet. They're gonna catch the worst.
That's right. It says where is it? I'm gonna start at 11 again. It says, here therefore being plagued, he began to leave off his great pride and to come to the knowledge of himself by the scourge of the Most High. His pain increasing every moment. Damn. So he felt that, man. He his body was falling away and he was still alive.
Falling
Pain
away.
increasing every moment.
All the way in the inside.
It's increasing. Keep that in mind. His pain was increasing. You know? Continuing, it says, and when he himself could not abide his own smell, he said these words, it is meet to be subject unto the Most High, that a man that is immortal should not proudly think of himself as if he were of the Most High. This wicked person vowed also unto the Lord, who now no more will have mercy upon him, saying thus, that the holy city to the which he was going in haste to lay even to the ground, and make it a common burying place, he would set at liberty, he would set them free, as touching the Judeans, whom he had judged not worthy so much as to be buried, but to cast out with his children, with their children, to be devoured of the fowls and wild beasts. He could make them all equals to the citizens of Athens. Listen to that.
So he sounds like Esau. That sounds like Esau.
We don't want you. We don't want we don't want your liberty. We don't want your fucking. We don't want anything from you. You know. But yeah, it sounds like Esau, man. Done. Here's a good thing. He's a good example. You know, every time you see in the movies when a rich man's about to die, he said, "Please, please spare me. What do you want? Money?" Yeah. Really? Whatever they're paying you, I can pay you double.
Right here, it's explaining. I'm playing. Let that shit pass. All right. Right here is explaining is this verse describes how King Antiochus, in his attempt to make amends for his past wrongdoings, promised to grant the Judeans equal rights and citizenship comparable to that of the citizens of Athens, which was a highly esteemed and privileged status. This is a significant reversal of his previous action, as he had previously treated the Judeans with contempt and cruelty, denying them even the dignity of burial and leaving their bodies to be devoured by wild beasts.
That's how you know it's fucking Esau, because he
Yeah,
still did that shit.
Yeah, that's fucking
He
Esau.
still did that shit here.
Today, he still doing that.
Yeah, man. They didn't even learn from their forefather, fucking Antiochus.
That's why Esau, even though Esau's the wicked, Esau is running on default. That's who he is.
Yo, man,
He's
Esau.
he's on factory settings anyways.
Esau's gonna get a punishment like that, but as a whole nation, which means it's gonna be terrible. The Lord's gonna repay him back justly.
That's why
All the atrocities he committed.
in my mind, speaking as a man, I always think like, well, Amalek's gonna get it the worst one. You know what? They all gonna get it back. They all gonna get it back. Because they're all gonna feel the same pain.
He built his sins up into the heavens.
Yeah. And to think about it, because Amalek, even though Amalek is the head tribe of Esau, despite that he's the what should I say? The grandson of Esau at that time. Amalek, it may seem Amalek is going to get it the worst, but the whole Edomite is going to get it bad because they're all following after Amalek anyways. And by default, they're all bad.
Listen to this. It says, in the holy temple, which before he had spoiled, he would garnish with goodly gifts and restore all the holy vessels with many more, and out of his own revenue defray the charges belonging to the sacrifices. It says, yea, and that also he would become a Judean himself, which means he would go and inhabit Judea as well, and follow the customs, because you can't become an Israelite. You can follow the ways of the Israelites, but it won't make you an Israelite. You know, because there were heathens that follow the customs of the Israelites, and you know, they will be seen as an ally or a friend. You know, like for example, as Esau definitely not. But an example is Ruth. You know, is Ruth, and Ruth was a Moabite. You know, it was a lady, but she was quickly became a friend of an Israelite woman. You know,
Ruth was seen as a virtue.
yeah, a virtual, because you don't see women like that. You don't see women like that. So you see how obedient she was towards, especially towards the custom of the Israelites.
But that's an example of when the kingdom comes, where all these nations will be forced to follow our customs. They'll be forced.
Yeah, yeah,
But
of
then,
course.
by the
But
end
they'll
of the
love
day,
it.
they're gonna love it because
Yeah, they're gonna love it because the
whatever
benefits.
whatever they do, we will. Should I say command? You know. It's consistent. The kingdom is gonna be consistent. It's not gonna be like this kingdom. Like you work so hard, and Esau goes like, I know you work hard today, but I'll try to pay you next time. You know, like you just gotta wait. You know, and you're like, come on, man, I just worked hard today, and I gotta wait for this pay. You know, get rewarded. Nah, it's not gonna be like.
They're gonna love it because it's gonna be beneficial, and there's not going to be a flaw to it.
Yeah.
There's not gonna be a bad thing. It's only gonna be beneficial. There's not gonna be no bad things to it, and that's the thing. Because in the kingdom, they're going to pay us tributes pretty much. They're going to give us the first fruits of everything that they get. But the thing about it is that they will have so much of abundance. They will have so much of abundance that they wouldn't mind. That's the thing.
And it's the most just and fair system that we're going to have in the kingdom.
Yeah.
You know, even the and we mentioned it before. You know, there's going to be like some fruits if it falls on the ground. We're going to have the welfare system going on over there too. It's going to be perfect.
Give it to the poor.
You know, I'm sure they're going to have heathens are poor.
They're going to follow the land Sabbath.
They're going to be well off too. You know,
They're going to follow the land Sabbath. Everything, man. Everything's going to be perfect in the kingdom.
not like Esau over here. Like they had to collect all the fruits, whatever falls on the floor, you have to pick that up to try to sell it. Oh, can we have some? No. You got money? No, I don't got money. No, I'm sorry. You're gonna have to wait till Tuesday to do charity. You know? That's how this system works around here. You know?
I'm gonna continue with this a little bit more. It says, yea, and that he also would become a Judean himself and go through all the world that was inhabited and declare the power of the Most High. But for all this, his pains would not cease. For the just judgment of the Most High has come upon him. Therefore, despairing of his health, he wrote unto the Jews, or like the Judeans, the letter underwritten containing the form and the supplication after this manner.
Supplication. That's like he's like repentant.
Should I continue with this?
No, continue a little bit.
Sure, because it actually goes a little while. Because this is that treaty. So he lived a while. He died slowly.
Literally, that's all I'm talking about.
All right.
Yeah, that dude died slow.
You know, eventually he died horribly and stinkingly. You know, stinkingly. That's terrible. That's terrible.
Huh?
Which one? Right here is describing, the verse describe how despite King Antiochus attempts to make amends and restore the temple, his physical suffering continued unabated. unabated.
Yeah, you got it. Unabated.
The verse attribute to
Stopped.
the verse attributes his ongoing pain to the just judgment of Yahweh, implying that his punishment was a direct result of his past wicked deeds. Recognizing that his condition was hopeless, the king wrote a letter to the Judeans, which is described as a supplication or a humble and penitent appeal. The letter is said to be written in a specific manner, which is then described in the following verses.
Yeah, in the following verses. Yeah. Took a little bit though.
It couldn't break it down more than it already is.
Yeah.
You know? But it means what it says, you know? All right.
You thought that was turret?
Huh?
You thought that was turret?
Man, I caught my eye earlier.
For a split second. Yeah, I did too.
Because we expecting so much, which is good to have. You have to expect.
You just look up for your redemption is not.
Yeah.
Yep.
You always have to expect. Even
Yo, you always see the prophets looking up. You ever think of that? You will always see the prophets looking up.
and you notice you don't see the 2/3 looking up. The 2/3 don't care.
They never look up.
They're asleep.
It's
Even
like-
when we go like that, some of them say, "What are you looking at?"
Yeah,
Because for some
what
reason
are
they
you
don't-
looking at?
Yeah,
What
some
are you
reason they
looking
can't
at?
see it. Some reason they can't see it. That's been happening for years to
like-
us.
Like, what are you looking at? What do you think we're looking at? We're looking at a black sky? Look!
Yeah. Some of them will see it, but they get too deep. They get too deep. Remember that one that we were down there?
Oh,
that
yeah.
that we had to go to Riverside.
Oh, you know, I think the Lord put the
Yeah,
spirit on it.
I think that was spiritual.
Yeah.
He said it gave us the spirit to want to go look at the riverside. Maybe the Lord wanted us to go to Riverside. And
Oh yeah.
Evan wanted to go to Riverside.
When we went down the riverside, then we started looking up like
We were
why,
looking up for a
why do
couple-
we feel why do we feel
5
like
minutes.
we were like why do we feel like we were led down there like the Lord wanted us to come down there,
But why-
and we stayed there, and right when we were starting to think maybe what
It was God, but Allah and I were going like,
yeah.
and
Yeah,
then
right.
I hear him go, yo!
Right,
and
right.
we all just like, wow! Like immediately shot our heads up.
right when we felt like that maybe it's nothing, then I saw a bright bluish greenish chariot fly past
Yeah,
with
inside too.
massive embers behind it,
Didn't it like
and it was
so
so
cool,
close.
man.
It was very
So
close.
Didn't it like before all that? the
Damn, that
people
was
were taking the car
that was
and
fucking
saying,
amazing.
There's more down there or whatever.
I don't remember.
Dream to remembering.
I
It
remember
is
something like
great. I
that.
will never forget that moment.
I remember
Any day of my life. That was the closest
Remember,
we've
it
ever
was,
seen a
we were
chariot.
looking at it. We were looking at a chariot that was changing colors. Like going
Oh yeah, and before that we were seeing chariots shifting colors to all our colors,
And then-
all our favorite
And
colors.
then the last one was a bluish green in a way, like beryl green.
But seriously, every brother has their spiritual moments. I've been noticing that as well. A lot of brothers have their spiritual moments.
That was so cool, man.
That was like the
You
closest
never-
we've ever seen a chariot.
That was the closest. That was the closest we ever seen a chariot before.
Yo,
It was only for like a second, maybe 2 seconds long, but
I know.
that was enough to engrave into my memories.
I think these chariots at the very end, you know, starting with Yahawashai, starting with Yahawah, because Yahawashai is gonna be in the spirit of the Father. When Yahawashai starts showing up, coming from the clouds, there's gonna be some chariots coming from the clouds also, from the heavens, and there's gonna be some chariots probably making an entrance to portals too, from all different kinds of directions.
It's a fucking Star Wars.
Some
Like in
come
my
like
dream.
this, other open like portal like.
Yo, in my
coming
dream it
into
happened
this
something
reality.
like that.
Yeah, I remember watching an old.
It made the sky. It made the sky ripple. It made the sky ripple before the chariot appeared.
Or like it start to bend reality. And
It was kind of like that, but the sky was rippling, like how when how you see the waves on the ocean.
Yeah.
That's how the sky was before the chariot just like showed up, like into the, and then another one, and another one, and another one.
You know, I think
have
I
my
saw an
dream.
old
Cool
video of a
sight.
chariot. I'm guessing chariot. It looks CG, but a chariot is floating there, and then like a portal opened up and it's went in it.
Oh yeah, I
Yeah,
remember
I
that.
see that.
So, now every time I see it, I always think it's CG. Can't tell. Because now, looking at these chairs nowadays, you can tell how supernatural and how fake they look.
The reason
When you say how fake they look, yeah, it looks weird.
the thing about it, the reason we start asking questions like that is because
The one we saw.
you know Esau got also that technology, no different than these wizards back in the time of Pharaoh of Egypt. Esau's competing just to confuse the population. You see, the population back in Egypt, there was a lot of Israelites back there. When there was a demonstration that when Moses turned the rivers into blood, there were wizards also doing the same thing. So,
they try to
then that
replicate.
was the people over there. They go like, oh, okay, we could do that too. Huh? They got a problem. But then Moses started amplifying until the wizards in Egypt they couldn't keep up.
What,
you know?
what's this?
Yeah. Because the Most High will give you that in order to boost their pride. Like, yeah, we can do it too. Yeah, we our gods are powerful. You know, until they're nothing.
Which
you know?
one?
The Most High, he will compete with these nations, but to prove them to be stupid. You know, and it's the same thing with Esau.
Is that the Most High allowed him to replicate certain parts?
So
just to display the power, just to display his power.
That way, yeah, exactly.
So Most High controls both sides.
And that's the same thing
Both
with
sides
Esau.
of both sides of that chessboard. He controls both sides. But he already declared who the winner's going to be.
Because the Most High knows how to control the hearts of these men. You know, the men's in power, especially Esau. You know, until he can't handle it no more. You see what happened to Antiochus? He was in great pain, but guess what? He still had that hardened heart. Yeah, pride.
Still had that pride.
You know, and
Until-
like, I
until-
don't get you.
Until he couldn't bear it anymore.
Give me a moment. I'll get you. Give me a moment. I'll get you.
Until he couldn't bear it anymore. Yo, he died slow. That dude died slow.
He's stunned too.
I was thinking about that.
Hey, just move on.
Let's close up. All right,
Alright,
everybody.
I'm about to open your Quran. I want to say
Rocket the Yahawah.
Rocket the Yahawah. Rocket the Yahushai. Rocket the Yahawah. Rocket the Yahushai. Rocket the Yahawah. Rocket the Yahushai.
All praises, honor, and glory to
Yahawah, BAHASHAM, Yahushai, BAHASHAM, HaKodash.
once again, give double honors to the elders, great millstone. The one that this ancestor was edifying your brothers.
Hey, chariot too.
I'm gonna leave it off with Shemai prayer. So Shemai, Yasharallah, Yahawah, Al-Haynawa, Yahawah, Abad,
Abad, Abad.
Shalom, Shalom.
No, chariot shows up too.